What's up guys, welcome back to Lord of the Rings, the Third Age. This is definitely part 12. So yeah, welcome back. We're finally in Rohan. We're officially in Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers territory, timeline wise. That's quite the greeting. Kind of shows off how fucked up Rohan is at this point. Fortunately only orcs, so nothing to worry about. They're not even the strong orcs, only this fucker here that's cannon me. It's a bit of a problem. But the other enemies that accompany them are trolls. So, good jobbers, man, they're nothing to worry about. Although if you give them free reign, they're probably a bit daunting, you know. If you just let you run over the orcs, then you're going to have a very bad time, but they're easy to manage. Again, the only real threat is Danny. He's going so don't need to worry about him for long. Going through a bit? Oh, okay. I'm going to switch to Elegus and just put the other two to sleep so that no one dies. So, this ability. Oh god, I'll be swoon over it forever, man. It's so good. It's so freaking good! Loud Water Fury should do it though. I think most enemies in this game are at least a tiny bit weak to water. At least a little bit. As you can see, their health has gone up by quite a bit. So, a bit of a gap between this level and the last. The last was a real transitionary stage. This is a proper level, you know. I'm not looking forward to the next fight, because the next fight can go either way, quite literally. And it's only a regular fight. It's just because you're forced to use a certain party member, which will be the newest party member. And we'll talk about her a little bit more when we get to her. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The next party member we get, I don't like too much. I'll go through the why and the how when we get to her. But, she's really not as good as the rest of the team so far, you know. Mind you, she does have some unique abilities that do make her a bit more desirable for certain features that I've never really taken advantage of them, only once. And that'll be in the exact same level you get her in, so what does that say about that? That's right, you the best. Seriously, this... oh god. I'm so glad they give you a mage and a scrapper. They're the first two types they give you. And they're the first two types you need. I live because of you, but you must save the surviving warrior who still fights on in our village. Okay. Old hatreds. Wild men strike Rohan to prevent them aiding Gondor. Now, I don't remember seeing that much in the movie. Or maybe a little bit. Less health, but more speed and dex. And quite a bit more damage. I'll take that, thank you. Very Rohan-y. I don't even think that's a real word. I think I'm gonna use some King's Foil actually. Just because I don't want this next fight to go terribly. I beat the fucking barrel of it first time. I don't want to fucking lose to some jobbers, you know. Just because of using a party member I'm not too fond of, you know. Anyway, let's go help out the mysterious warrior in the village, even though we already know he is a she. And she's fucking badass, I'll give her that.
A warrior is trapped here.
I love that. I love that they don't discriminate when it comes to fighters. It's just like, no, they're a warrior now, you don't fucking disrespect them. You also can't swap Morin out, and I fucking hate it. I really do. So have they use battle haste first thing because it increases her speed. Now Morin's deal is she's basically your thief, but she's not a very good thief. There's never anything worth stealing in this fucking game. There's a couple of weapons you can get from certain bosses, but you have to know, you know, before you get to them. And on top of that, the only weapon I've ever stolen is a weapon from Morin, who I don't usually use. Because she's not great. I'm sure there's someone in the comment section saying, no, what are you talking about? She's a great addition to the party. I'm sure she is if she's used properly. I've just never found a way to really use her to her fullest, you know, because her dexterity isn't great. So she misses a lot of her attacks. You know, it's if you can't hit your attacks, you're not really worth a lot. you know? Again, her only real draw is her thieving ability, which I've never made use of because there's other ways to get items in this game that are much better than what you can steal. So it's yeah. Let's see what basic enemies have. They have like Dwarven Ale. So some of them have some good one-use items on, but you can only use one-use items against bosses. If you don't use it against a boss, it's a waste. And I keep swapping between the same two characters because I'm not used to having to switch manually, because it keeps it on the same position as it was last time. Which makes sense. It does make life easier, but at the same time, when you're just switching to have to start, you know, going up and down to do stuff, it's kind of annoying. I'll use Battle Haste again. I do believe Battle Haste stacks. She is quite fast, I will give her that, so she's useful for outpacing fast enemies. If you've got an enemy that keeps attacking again and again and again, swap Morin in and she'll be able to get a few attacks in and maybe kill it off. She's not very durable though. As is the deal with fast characters is usually always the trade-off is they're not strong and they're not very defensive. They're not got very much defense. Sorry, I was scratching my nose, but I sounded a bit annoyed there. Let's see, what's our other skill? C skill. So you can steal skill points to add to the thief skill tree, but the thief skill tree is fucking garbage. It's useless, man. It's got no useful skills. The only useful skill in it is stealing items, and that's only useful for certain bosses. You have to know what bosses they are. The only useful weapon I've stolen from a boss is from the boss of this stage, man. Morin's got the common sense to attack him as well, which is nice to see.
Is this your village?
It was. Most are dead. Many of my friends and family have fled this place. Where are they bound?
Really.
I know not. Perhaps the ford? And south to Edoras.
That is our road.
Then you may join me. I must find them. What do you carry that makes you worthy? Wrath, ruin, a few trinkets. That is all that remains of my life here.
It's a bit of a stereotypical story, nothing new. By the way, if you want background on Morin, that's the scene to watch. But you know, girl that's been with you since the beginning is like, nah, this is my territory. And then the other one's just like, fucking hell, I don't care, I've only just got here, man. I'm going to pump your dexterity, and I'm going to pump your speed, and I'm going to pump your strength. So yeah, she's not very, she's very weak to physical attacks, which is kind of a problem, you know, because that's what most of our enemies are going to be. None of these are really useful to her, but might as well equip her with the ones I'm not using, because why not? Why the fuck not? Wage of the Maiden, a melee attack that does a lot of damage, Twin Runes, melee attack that does great damage over time, Poison Runes, Wrath of the Penmark is what you want, and then Rohan Rampage is what you're ultimately aiming for her. I've never used her a great deal, I'm not going to lie, and really all of this skill tree is fucking not great. Why does she learn Orcbane so fucking late? I'll just leave her do what she was for that. Catch a strength, allows more to attempt drain strength. Steal health, steal action. Seize the territory. Steal experience. I suppose that could be useful. Allows more to hide for a short time, protecting them from being attacked. This skill tree is fucking worthless. This skill tree has some potential, but because we've already experienced most of the game with the pie we've already got, it's a bit late in the game to really focus on her, you know. She does learn a bunch of passive skills. The passive skills go up as you level up with the rest of your party, so yeah. Strength, increases strength. So yeah, she's the girl you want to equip the crafting one too. I think, I'm trying to, I think, because I think that's what helps, but yeah, not much else to add, really. I think I've said all I can. What way's what, man? What's over here? Oh, these are the riders to the in the village. So yeah, this is a quest line we got finished. I'm gonna do all the quests here as well,
Your
just to make
riders
life
gather
easier.
near Helm's Deep. Eomer will join you there.
Just to make life easier. What the fuck am I talking about? No, I don't want to watch it. I know about wild ambushes. They're bastards. Yeah, nothing new there. Really, just I'm gonna get all the quests in this one just because I know I can, and it gives me extra experience. I think there's a chest all the way over here. I hope there is, otherwise I'm wasting my time. Seeing as we're in the Rohan Plains, I'm gonna have Morin as my party leader, seeing as it makes sense. You see that? You see her foot clipping into the land? And oh my god, the glitch is here as well. Oh, I've got to stop doing that. I've got to stop standing still and talking. I should multitask. I should be moving while talking. I find it weird that any of the realms of men ally with orcs. You know? It doesn't make much sense in my brain. So yeah, one thing that's weird is sometimes arrows of sleep will just completely not register with one of the enemies. As you saw in the last fight, it just completely skipped one of the people. And I don't know if it just does that instead of... saying that you missed with one. It just doesn't bother showing them at all, or... You know. Let's use double cleave, let's see a bit here. She's got a high dexterity, how does she miss ever? You know? I'm just pointing it out now. I'm not even going to fucking waste my time with the thief skill. I will steal that one cool weapon from the boss of this level, but other than that, I'm not going to be using it. Damn, these orcs are fast! So yeah, as you can see, Hadhood. Morin takes a lot of damage from physical attacks because she's not got very much resistance to either pierce or slash, which are the two most common fucking attack groups. Which is kind of annoying. Let's heal her up. She's not doing too good. So the good thing with the Thiefcraft skill is if you want to boost her abilities up, they will not wake up an enemy. So you haven't got to worry about waking up anything you put to sleep if you're stealing. So that's a real good way to grind up the thief skill tree. If you want, if you're into that sort of thing, which obviously I am. That's the type of person I am. Company Valor. Come on, I can't be too far away from learning retreat, can I? The reason I did that was because I really want to heal Morin up, because she is so fragile. And I'm also going to swap her out, because fuck that. Fuck having her in the party for the start of an encounter. She's not a great addition to have in the party to start with. You can swap her in and swap her out like that, but as a starting party member, she's not great. And I just remembered that fucking fight was completely optional, because it wasn't even a forced encounter. So yeah, this is another area you can just stand around in if you want to level up. This is fucking taking me to a chest, right? This isn't taking me back the way I came, is it? Because that would be annoying. I think this may be progression, you know. I think I might have just gone the progression route. Which is kind of a pain in the ass. Can I run away? Allows a character. Just the one. No. Sorry, I'm trying to think what to use. Nimbus? Yeah, I'll use Nimbus. Yeah, I'll have to do. No one here's super weak to physical attacks, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. As you can see, I think their arrows have an innate fire attack imbued into them, because, well, they're fire arrows, so it makes sense. It also makes sense for what. But then again, the arrow attacks are very weak in this game, so it makes sense. Makes sense to sort of power them up that way. As I said, the way they make archers more deadly later on in the game is by giving all of their shots nasty extra effects, such as, like I said, one guy paralyses you so you can't do physical attacks, which is super fucking annoying, especially if you've got fucking Berefor in the party, because he's the only guy who relies on that sort of thing. He's the only guy who relies on physical attacks. because Haghood, especially in this playthrough, is going to be relying on Spirit Tree. Eligus doesn't count as melee because he's using a bow, but it makes sense. Battle Haste. Always have Battle Haste be her first move. There's no reason not to use Battle Haste as your first attack. And like I said, I'm sure it stacks. That's her advantage, she can attack a lot. But she does pay for it, she's so fragile. Even more fragile than Idriel, and Idriel was, being the key word, very, very fragile, easy to get knocked down. Let's use fire. Burn, bastard, burn! I'm going to have my party heal up, so bear that in mind, that's what I'm doing. I'm just healing up, that's why I'm doing Battle Haste again. This becomes super useful during boss fights, I will admit that. Look at that! All Idriel and Morwen. Mind you, the other party member is Hagrid, and it's kind of slow, bless him. He is a dwarf, you can't help it. Now, I do believe this won't wake him up. No, it does wake him up. I was mistaken. Oh well. Doran's Craft, double click. Boom, boom. It's quite satisfying, that. So I'm going to swap more in there for Eligust, so that I have Eligust for the start of the next fight, so he can use arrows of sleep. This might kill him if I'm lucky, but luck's not been my strong suit today. So, no. Oh, so we're lucky if I did. Hagrid still being a reliable tank at this stage. Will be a vital asset during some fights later on. In fact, I think this is really going to be my main part of the game. These are my main tactics. Hagrid, Eligust, and Idriel. I may use, except for during boss fights, but for normal fights we'll have Eligust use Arrows of Sleep, swap him out for Berefor, and then Berefor, Hagrid, and Idriel is kind of my main party. You know, they're sort of what my optimum party is. Yeah, I accidentally progressed. Oh well, it's not a problem. I didn't really want to double back anyway. I'll have to double back later on. So that's a cool little feature. I don't think you could... Is there someone up there? I think there's an orc. And I think this boss fight will include the watchtower in the background. Yep, see? See, I like shit like that. That's cool. That's something this game does right. This game does get a lot of things right. It's only little things that annoy me. It hasn't been a little thing that's annoyed me for a while now in this game, which is quite unusual. Missed. How can you miss? Oh, it's a Shefton anyway, so it wouldn't have put in the sleep system. Too much of a big deal is what I was going to say. Let's put more in. Because I think a double click will take it out. And it should fucking hit. It's more in bugs to fuck out. Because she's got such high dexterity to start with, and yet she misses so frequently. Oh well, she's had her attack, we can take her out now. I'm actually going to put Berefor in, I don't know why, I probably just want to. This is going to happen a couple of times, guys, and I apologise now. Not a very big chance that I'll screw up. Oh, hang on, do I need to kill him? Do that. I'm going to take the archer out because they're annoying little bastards. Not even dangerous, just annoying, you know? Here comes Haghood with his rather useful crippling smash. This is the way you want to wake opponents up with crippling smash, because that means they don't get an attack to start with. Except for counter attacks, but that doesn't count, you know that. Let's use cover I fucking love that. I do. That's another small detail they got right, just having people go, because that is a war pool. I wish it had the added effect of demoralising the enemy as well, but I suppose that'd be a bit OP for a beginner to start with. So yeah, at this stage of the game, Guardian Strike is not even an option at this point because it's just useless. Because you've got the far superior Orc Bane and Uruk Bane. Specific, Beowulf gets attacks to basically target everything except for creatures and anything that had Hood or Elegus cover. So, yeah. That's Isengard music playing in the background. Makes sense. It's great. I am painfully aware that I was getting that wrong the entire time I was singing quote-unquote along. Let's put Elegus back in because I want him to start the next fight. He has to start fights. I'm just going to have him regular attack because I don't want him to lose his for arrows asleep. So yeah. I may have done it off camera, but he has learnt lingering sleep at this point. So once he's applied it once, I don't have to worry about reapplying it. That's the only thing that bugs me about RPGs is I fucking hate it when you miss. It's just like, oh come on! Especially sometimes when it seems the enemy never misses, but you miss constantly. Those periods of time are like, you fucks. Ugh. It's something I dislike. Is what I'm getting at. Speed and strength. I want you to get stronger now, August. It's only more with no equipment in it. Getting new equipment this early on seems a bit silly, to be honest with you, for her. Because she's only just joined the party, man. So yeah. Oh, I remember this fucking bridge. Oh boy, do I. This bridge is just one massive gauntlet. And oh my god, I completely bypassed the wild caves. I didn't even know that was possible. Right, well, I missed a pretty big detail, so I'm gonna have to go back through there. But first things first, let's get these guys.
Halt! By order of the king!
We seek to pass.
I must find my family.
I obey my orders, lady. None shall pass without permission.
Come, let us gather Rohan's riders. That shall make our case.
I've never done that before, you know. Never done that. I always thought you had to go through the wild caves, and apparently you can completely bypass them. So, huh. Who knew? That's what you get when you go and explore, I suppose, but, huh. I don't know how that never happened before. That's fucking freaky. Not freaky, but weird. Unexpected. Didn't expect to have a new experience during this game. I've played it so many times. You know? I mean, only a handful of times to completion, but I've started new playthroughs loads of times, you know? Usually I've at least gotten all the party members, you know? Well, fuck. That's really fucking thrown me. Let's give Hadhood his new weapon. That wasn't Hadhood. What? Let's see here. More strength. More health. Less spirit, speed and dex. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. So yeah, let's go through the caves then. Wow, that's really thrown me, that has, you know? Yeah, here's the just one set of riders.
Join with Eomer at Helm's Deep. War comes.
It does surprise me a little bit. They don't even fucking question you. They're just like, oh, okay, dude. Shadowfax bears Gandalf to Edoras to lift Saruman's cursed. Cursed? Curse is what I meant. Speed and dex, speed and dex. She shouldn't be missing attacks with 98 fucking dexterity. Now, I did see that chest, guys, but I want to breeze through the Rohan plains as quick as I can. So, with that in mind, I'm just going to skip all these side passages. I don't remember there being anything too great. So, we're not missing out much.
Ride to Helm's Deep.
Nothing like new weapons. There might be a new armour piece or two. You know what? Fuck it. I will do it, just to make sure. I think that moon quest was Riders by the Forest. Riders near the edge of Fangon, yeah. So you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the level to meet up with those riders. So I'll do that, and then we'll do the wild caves quick, and I think that will bring us up to the end of the video quite nicely. So yeah, I'm still trying to get my head around the fact that I missed a shortcut basically, because you can completely avoid the caves. Well, it's not really a shortcut because you have to go through. Well, you don't have to go through them, but you do have to go near them to get all the riders. I didn't even know you needed all the riders to be able to get past the gate. I've never come across the gate being closed, so that threw me. Really did. Did I want to hit at full health? Because I saved, didn't I? Yeah, that's cool. I'll definitely do the wall caves this video, guys. Like I said, I don't remember there being anything great in there, but my memory's been a bit shoddy lately, so I will. I'll run through there, give it a good once over, because there might be something good in there, but I highly doubt it. If there was something game-breaking or great,
right east. Make for Helm's Deep.
then I would certainly have remembered it, you know. Like, I remember what boss... I remember the boss of this level gives me a kick-ass weapon for Morin, and I don't even use Morin that often. Who be this? Is that Gamlin? Oh, it's Aimer and his trusty friend.
Thanks to you, we warned all the riders we could. Our force must now gather for war. A great battle comes, and we shall sweep the Uruks from our land. Regroup your force, then drive on towards the Snowborn Bridge. Good luck!
That is definitely low gain, man. Ah, please, someone in the comment section, get fucking on that. Tell me if that is low gain or not. Gandalf reveals that the Ents will arrive when needed most. Yeah, thanks. And again, Aemir didn't say a word because I'm convinced they couldn't get the voice actor. They couldn't get the actor, so they're like, let's just take voice clips from the show, make them fit the show. Voice clips from the movie, make them fit, and then we'll just skip over the rest, man. We don't need to say anything game breaking, crucial, or relevant to the story. Although it is painstaking, it does make it painstakingly obvious that a couple of minutes in a recording studio. Or it might be longer, I don't know. I don't know how long voice recording takes. So, I'm assuming until they get it right, but I'm assuming professionals can get it right first take, so it only take a couple of minutes. Who knows? Especially if it was only a few lines, because I'm pretty sure that this level's the only time we see Aemir. And even you know, I wouldn't think that well if you did say something and it was a different guy, because I don't think many people would remember his voice, especially if they didn't use the clips from the movie. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know. How do you feel about that, by the way? About famous movies, not famous movies, but characters from movies providing voice, appearing in a game, and not having the person play his voice in the video game, and it being obvious. I'm looking at you, Kingdom Hearts, Jack Sparrow. That was not Johnny Depp, and they didn't get the best impressionist in the world, so it was painfully obvious. Not that I begrudge them, you know, and I suppose money might have been a thing. I wasn't developing that game. I wouldn't know. I mean, I'd probably be better off in life if I was developing that game. Did develop that game. I'm pretty sure that game made Square Enix originally a fucking now seems as good a time as any to ask if you guys would be interested in seeing a game like Kingdom Hearts played through on my channel. Let me know in the comment section. In fact, in general, if anyone has a request for a video game for me to do a playthrough in, feel free to suggest it. I'll give everything a look. I'll see if it's doable. I don't want to do a game that would be super impossible for me to do and take fucking 100 parts to finish, you know. But if a lot of people request it, I will do it. I will do it. My main goal is to entertain you people, after all, because I want you people to walk away from my videos feeling entertained, you know. You people. That sounds really degrading. I should use a different term. You guys watching, you know, the whole goal of these videos is to entertain you, man. If there's a game you want to see me do a playthrough in, give it a suggestion. Worst case scenario, I don't play it. You know, I'm not going to laugh at you for your suggestion. I'm not going to badmouth you for suggestion. So don't be afraid to suggest something, even if it's something silly or a game you remember dearly from your childhood. I'll give everything some serious consideration. You know, and again, if let's say if more than 10 people request it, and this is early days yet. If I get to a stage where I've got 1,000 subscribers or something, it needs to be more than 10. But at this stage, if 10 or more people request a certain video game for me to do a playthrough in, I'll do it regardless. Okay, even if it would take painstaking amount of time to finish. So yeah, got to keep my eye out for items in here because I don't know where they are. So yeah, that's why I'm moving a bit slowly. Here's one chest. Let me open it again. Captain's cloak. Yeah, it's a good piece of armour, I suppose. I wouldn't have liked to have missed out on a bit of equipment for Erlagus, because I don't remember him getting anything super overpowered, you know. Hadhood got his dwarven, his dragon helm, and Idriel's going to get a nice set of platinum armour that will see her through the entire fucking game. So yeah. I think there's more than one level to this fucking den, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to explore. Okay, I'm just saying that now. I'll do the obvious bits that I can see. I'm gonna have to do at least one fight. I was hoping to get through the whole thing without having to fight any of the wargs, and it should only be wargs as well. I'm just gonna fucking do an anti shield. I can't be dealing with it. Running out of things to say. I do apologise for the long silence there. Wow, she can one-shot a warg. That's interesting to find out. I was asleep. Let's put the last two asleep because we don't want to. Double critical. Nice. No, I better heal actually. And yeah, I wasn't kidding by the way when I said I'm not even going to bother focusing on Swordcraft. Absolutely useless skill tree for Idriel. Absolutely useless. And you'll find out later on as well why it is really useless, you know. Absolutely worthless, because a certain battle later on will force her to be paralysed for the whole encounter, so she can't attack physically. Which means her only way of attack is Loud Water Fury. So you're going to be pumping spirit and focusing on the spirit tree. You're going to have a very rough time, like I did that one playthrough when I decided to make Idriel an attacker rather than a mage. It was a very dumb decision. I regretted it as soon as I reached that part of the game. Yeah. I suppose that was kind of spoilery, so apologies if you find that spoilerish for the later parts of the game. But, you know, I can only skirt around it for so long. Pretty sure we're halfway through the game now, so I'm sure it won't be long until we reach that part of the game anyway. Oh yeah, here's the second section. Great. And it's a forced encounter. This place is bigger than I remember it. This video is going to be a bit longer than half an hour, guys. So, sorry. But anyway, you guys might appreciate it. You guys might prefer having a bit of a longer video than a half hour and 40 seconds. Oh, fuck me! I weren't expecting that. Oh, no thanks. Let's take out the wild. I really weren't expecting a real battle. Oh, I fucking hate these things. You guys already know that. Son of a bitch. Well, at this point in the game, it's not really a threat. So, I suppose I've got that going for me. The only reason the Goblin one was so hard was because you know, those little bastards are quick and they will get multiple attacks on you for every time you only get one. And I wasn't powerful enough to take out enemies with one specific attack. So, yeah. And also, I just managed to take out 3 of them anyway if I was asleep. So that's great. That should be technically impossible, but it's a fucking video game. I'm willing to let things like that slide, especially when it helps me, you know, helps me greatly. I can't actually hit the one guy that's awake, which is a shame. So hopefully that will take out this fucker. Yeah, nah. I'm underestimating the health bars at this point. Well, he's dead now. I'm so glad Idriel's fast, man. Use Guardian Strike. Please take him out. Nope. Oh god, I hate missing with attack. Not missing with attacks, but underestimating my my guys' attack strength and the length of the health bars. It's rather annoying. Store's great. Yeah, I'll use Lisa also. For one of those to be able to use Creature Bane. Because it might do quite a fair amount of damage to that wild. I realise I'm calling them wrong, by the way. I know they're called wargs and not wargs. I think wargs is not easy to say. I think warg sounds better than warg. I know I'm wrong. You don't have to correct me on that point. It's just the way I decided to call them, and that's the way I should refer to them for the rest of this Let's Play. In fact, I'm pretty sure this level is the last level we're encountering these beasties, so if you don't like it, you don't have to put up with it for long, so don't worry about it. The beast of choice for the rest of the game after wilds will be trolls. So that's going to be nasty. Not nasty, but unpleasant is the word I'm looking for. Trolls are a bit more deadly than wilds. But then again, will also be a lot more durable. It is a shame that Hadhood and Morin have to settle for half experience because you can't rotate out in that one. The Ents march to war roused by the smallest of beings. That would be Pippin and Merry, right? Meriadoc Brandybuck. I think. And Peregrine Took. Yeah. Like I said, all my information came from the Warhammer game. And, beg pardon, by the end of it they released an expansion where they had, you could field an army of hobbits. So, you had some in-depth explanation about hobbits in the Codex. That's the word I'm looking for. That takes me down, so I don't want to go there. Let's get this treasure chest. Second Age Steel Greaves. Okay, that's a part of her good armour set. So, I'm kind of glad that I did come in here. I've got one more place to visit, and I expect there'll be a mandatory encounter for there as well, because it's a massive room. And a long old path to get there. Wow, very long path to get there. So I imagine the chest is going to be, when I open it, it's going to cause the fight. No? Oh no, we're going back inside. How odd. Oh, these treasure chests are fucking rigged, aren't they? But this one has to be. No? Consider me pleasantly surprised. I heard a growl. Did you guys hear it? You guys heard that, right? I really do hope you guys heard that, because otherwise I'm hearing things and that's not good. I mean, it's gone now, but there was definitely a couple of growls. Right? Maybe I'm going mad. I think she's weak to slash, so I think that's helped me out a lot. Yeah, she was very weak to slash, so yeah. Trek wasn't really worth it. I mean, I got the Steel Greaves, which is part of Idriel's fucking the Dog's Bollocks set for her. So at least I'm going to have a complete armour set for her. So that's good. But other than that, it was really a waste of time, I suppose. That's just my opinion. If you're playing along at home, I do suggest getting those Vambraces because it's nice having the complete set of an armour set. And that is her best armour. I'm 95% sure that's her best armour. Could be wrong, been wrong before. I'm going to have one more fight before leaving, but I think this will be my last fight of the episode, so hopefully it's an easy one. Wow, that was very generous with that meter. It was just like, nah, you're cool, man. We get it, you're in a rush. It must know I'm recording. That must be the reason. And then you see the gates open. This is usually the way I find it. It's usually open when I get here, so... yeah, I don't think there's much more to add. Yeah, not much after this. All we've got is this bridge and then the city of Edoras. And then we'll be making our way to Helm's Deep, to one of the first major fight sections, well, the second major fight section of the game, because I classed the Balrog as the first section, because that was a hard fight. But Helm's Deep is going to be quite challenging for us, and hopefully it'll be entertaining. So, I will see you all guys all next time.